and Talk 1100 KFNX.
The Glendale Chamber of Commerce proudly presents the 68th Annual State of the City Address and Dinner on March 7, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. at the Renaissance Glendale Hotel and Spa in Glendale. Join Mayor Wires as he highlights Glendale's accomplishments from 2018 among more than 700 business and community leaders. Don't miss this time-honored tradition. March 7th at 5:30 p.m. at the Renaissance Glendale Hotel and Spa in Glendale. Register today by visiting glendaleachamber.org.
And now, live from the KFNX studios in beautiful downtown Phoenix, it's Pain Management Arizona with Bob Miller.
Good morning. Welcome to Pain Management Arizona. I am Bob Miller. I'm a licensed massage therapist, neuromuscular trigger point specialist, and pain management specialist. And I am the owner of New Serenity Massage in Peoria and Phoenix. I'm here with you every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 1100 AM KFNX. Also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Pain Management Arizona. You can watch radio. I specialize in therapeutic medical massage with trigger point therapy. This is not just your basic massage. This is real lasting pain relief for things like headaches, back pain, migraine, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatic pain, numbness, and much, much more. I have two locations that you can see me at. That's Peoria at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird in the Avenues, just off the 101 freeway at the Sonoran Life Solutions Counseling offices. There's an office in there I use. Or if that's too far, I could also see you in Phoenix, right here downtown at Urban Wellness. That's at 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell. I only charge $50 for a 1-hour therapeutic massage session, which is about half the price of what the big chain massages or places are charging for a basic Swedish massage. You can visit painmanagementarizona.com for more information on how to book an appointment at both locations. Or you can go to I'llFixYou.com, where you'll also find free stretching charts, ebooks, coupons, and gift cards. And I also do home visits if needed at a slightly different price because it takes a lot more time and gas and everything else to get out to a person's home. So most people like to meet me at one of these other locations. And had a very exciting week this last week. A lot of people listening to the show, a lot of people booking appointments to get rid of their pain issues. Had some really awesome ones. I just had a lady the other day. She's been having migraine headaches 3 to 4 times a week for the last 35 years. Since she was 15 years old, she started getting migraines. 35 years, seeing every kind of doctor, specialist, neurologist, physical therapy, been on every kind of prescription drug you can imagine, and still getting the migraines. She came in to see me, just a 1-hour session. I got the knots out of the muscles that are irritating the nerve, because a lot of people don't understand, and doctors don't understand, that most of the pain issues, all these minor pain issues, major pain issues, are just simply an interruption on the nervous system, on the nerves that are running up into your head, cause headaches. Running down your leg causes the sciatic pain, knee pain, foot pain, hip pain. In the side of your neck, on the brachial plexus, causes numbness, tingling in the fingers, shoulder pain. I had another young lady that came in. She was actually having chest pain. She had pain in her back from a strain by her shoulder blade, but she was also getting chest pains on the left side and numbness in her arm. And, of course, she went to the emergency room. She thought she might be having some kind of heart attack or something. And they checked her out, did EKG on her, took blood. They did every kind of test. And they said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And she came into my office, and I found where the knots are in her back, because the knots in your back around the rib cage, there's nerves that are coming out of your spine and wrapping around to the front of your chest. So if you get knots on those nerves, knots in the muscle, they're pressing on those nerves, it can give you pain in your chest. She is not the first person that's come to me, worried about the chest pains that they were getting because it was just knots in the muscle. I got all the knots to release. Boom, no more pain. The numbness tingling in the arm went away. The pain in the chest went away. And I took care of her headaches. She was real interesting too because she apparently in the 5th grade when she was like 11 years old was in a car that was in an accident and her head went through the windshield and she had gotten headaches ever since. So that's 17 years. She's only 28 now. And all the doctors couldn't figure it out. And they were trying to attribute it to a head injury from her head going through the windshield. But if your head is impacted, it's also going to affect your neck and shoulders. And that's where the trauma was. Just knots had developed in the neck and shoulders, pressing on the nerve that caused the headaches. I got in there, I released the knots. Boom, her headaches were gone too. Her chest pain was gone. The back pain was gone. It's really amazing. All this stuff that doctors are just throwing bottles of pills at people for, which this opioid crisis is hitting new highs now. They have determined that it's more likely you will die of an opioid overdose than in a car crash now. The statistics actually bear that out from the National Safety Council. It's getting pretty crazy. And, most pain issues can be resolved by simply releasing the knots in the muscles that are irritating the nerve causing the pain. Most painkillers do more harm than good because they block the pain signals and you're not even aware that you're injuring yourself. Even worse, because you do not feel the pain. Pain is our body's way of telling you to stop what you're doing because you're injuring yourself. If you can't feel the pain, then you're going to do more damage to yourself than you started out with. And the opioids are just insanely dangerous. They did have the interview on 60 Minutes last week. Fantastic interview. It was with Ed Thompson, a manufacturer of OxyContin, powerful, powerful opioid that basically, his conscience finally, came to the surface and he's rolling over on big pharma because of the FDA approving OxyContin for long-term use with no new data, no scientific data saying it's even safe because it was listed on the label for temporary short-term use only because it's such a powerful, dangerous painkiller. And apparently the FDA decided to get those main 5 guys from the FDA or the big pharma got the 5 guys that make all these decisions at the FDA to come in as a consultant. I think they said they paid them $35,000 a piece and said, "Hey, let's get this label changed for round the clock use long term with no new scientific data." And they agreed to do it. And now, the prescriptions just went skyrocketing through the roof. Went from the billions dollars to the trillions of dollars of profit for big pharma and those companies. And it was all about money. They don't care how many people are dying from these pills and how much damage they're doing to, our country, as long as they can see who can be the richest billionaire out there. They're just all in it for the money. It's really insane. So hopefully something big comes of this, and I gotta applaud that guy for, basically, I mean, he's gonna be putting himself almost out of business. He's gonna lose millions of dollars as well, but at least he's doing the right thing now. That's what he even said in his interview when I was watching that, he just, got to the point where he just couldn't do it anymore because he knew what he was doing and knew what the big pharma was doing. And it's really startling that 80% of all the opioid painkillers produced worldwide are consumed by Americans. America only makes up 5% of the world's population, and we've been eating up 80% of the world's supply of these powerful painkillers. That's like one kid in the cafeteria eating all the school lunches and leaving one tray for everybody else to eat. It's really insane. Other countries only give out these powerful painkillers in hospitals to people with major trauma or end of life to relieve their pain. They wouldn't even think of giving people pills to take home with them and take them at their leisure. And and that's just the insane thing is they're, giving these prescriptions out saying, "Oh, take this every 4 hours or every 6 hours," when they should only be taking it when they're having pain. I've had a few people that have told me, they get a prescription for these things and the doctor gives them a 30-day supply. And, they take one, maybe two of them and then throw them in a drawer. One lady said she's got like, 10 or 12 bottles in a drawer because every time she goes to the doctor for some issue, they write her a new prescription and she tells the doctor, "Oh, I still have some of these in a drawer." And they say, "Oh, well, those might have expired," which is really doubtful, but they just want to make sure they get more money for more pills. And, but like I said, I have this technique, this neuromuscular trigger point technique. It's very gentle, very passive, and I get to the source of the problem, the root of the problem, where the problem is in the muscle that's causing the pain in your shoulder, in your head, in your hip. So many of these pains, I have a 99% success rate with people. The only time I can't completely eliminate pain on most people is because they've got something like a degenerative disc, herniated disc, bulging disc that's actually on the nerve. And even in those cases, I can get a lot of relief because it's the other muscles around that are causing the tension. And again, you can come and visit me, book an appointment. I am by appointment only out at Sonoran Life Solutions. That's out in Peoria, out in the avenues at 94th Drive and Thunderbird. It's right off the 101. And I'm there. You can book an appointment with me there 6 days a week. And Sundays, I have availability right downtown Phoenix. We're real just walking distance from the radio station here. We're at on 7th Street and just between McDowell and Thomas at Urban Wellness, a great wellness center. They got yoga classes, meditation classes. They have a lot of other natural health professionals there, like acupuncture, nutritionists, and all that. Really great place there. I'm really happy to be dialed in with them to be able to help people out there. And again, I only charge $50 per hour. It's very reasonable. If you go to any of those, I call them the fast food chain of massage, the Massage Envy, Elements, Hand and Stone, those places. You're going to end up getting a Swedish massage that is, yes, very beneficial to the body, feels good, very relaxing. But if you have pain issues, the headaches, the migraine, hip pain, back pain, sciatic pain, you need somebody that specializes in neuromuscular trigger point therapy. Because I mentioned this on most of my shows is what a knot is the muscles are made up of fibers, just like when you tear apart a piece of chicken, it comes apart in little strings. Those are muscle fibers. And when a muscle's held tight long periods of time, suddenly over tightened or impacted, some of the fibers get stuck in the tight position and it stops blood flow because blood can't flow through a tight muscle. And once you have a few knots and a few fibers, other fibers start getting stuck too because they're connected to the ones that are stuck and they can't release. They can't relax, go back to the nice relaxed position because each fiber goes from end to end. Kind of like if you got a loose string on a sock and you think you can just grab it and yank it, and it'll break off and it ends up bunching up the entire sock. That's kind of the way the muscle fibers work. When one gets pulled too tight, all the other ones are affected by it. And when that knot is wrapped around a nerve or right up against a nerve, it's sending funny signals back to your brain along that nerve path. Just like when you plug a speaker wire into something and it's not quite plugged in all the way, you're going to get a buzz or a hum coming over the speaker. Same thing that's happening with your brain. Your brain has an electrical system. It's your nervous system. And that's how it communicates with the rest of the body. And if there's a knot on the muscle and it's getting a funny signal coming from the hip back to the brain, it's going to think, oh, this is not a normal feeling of hot, cold, hard, soft. There's something weird here. So the brain decides to tell you that it's either burning and itching, tingling, numbness, or pain to protect you. And I know the nervous system like no other, and the muscular system. And when someone comes to me and lets me know what's going on with them, I know where to look. I know where to start exploring the muscle, and I can feel, with my fingertips where exactly each knot is in the muscle, each group of knots, and I gently release them, and then the pressure comes off the nerve, and boom, everything is right back to normal, getting healthy again. You got blood flow again in that part of the body. When you go to a doctor, doctors basically go off what others have written down before them in the medical books, in the medical journals. And you come into a doctor and you say, I have symptoms A, B, and C. They're going to diagnose it as DEF, and they're going to prescribe you XYZ because that's what's been written down before them. They have to reference these things. And with me, you come in, you say you got symptoms A, B, and C. I'm going to start having pictures in my head flashing of the nervous system and the muscular system and say, okay, where could that be coming from? Because most of the time, where you feel the pain is not where the problem is. You can have upper back pain that's resulting from tension in the chest. You can have chest pains that are resulting from knots and tension in the back. If you have low back pain, it's normally going to be a nerve interruption closer to the hip that's causing the signal to make your brain think you have back pain. You can have pain in your foot that's actually originating because of a problem in the hip. And that's what I know, and that's what I do. I like a little thing somebody had mentioned to me when I first started out, that if you take a piece of string and tie it real tight around your finger and your finger turns blue, you go into a doctor and the doctor's going to prescribe anticoagulants and blood thinner for you. If you come to me, I'm going to untie the knot. I'm going to take the string off your finger, get things working again. It's really that simple. I mean, doctors and hospitals, of course, do have, a lot of great benefits and purposes for when people have diseases, you break a bone, you need stitches, you know, major things like that. But when it comes to the pain issues, you know, unfortunately, a lot of the times their answer is just giving you pills, and the pills aren't helping anything. I mean, yeah, antibiotics help, penicillin helps, but pain pills don't help anything. They just mask the pain so you're not feeling it. And then by the time you're out of pills, you will have re injured that area of your body so much worse because you couldn't feel it. I mentioned quite often I had a friend of mine who was on vacation, slipped and fell and broke her ankle and was not even aware of how severely she had injured herself because she was on painkillers for something else that the doctor had prescribed her, heavy painkillers for. And so she was not even aware that she had broken the fibula bone in her ankle and continued to walk on it for, a couple more days, got home, decided, oh, I should probably go to my doctor and have it looked at. So instead of going to the emergency room, she just called her regular doctor who was booked out for a week. So she couldn't get an appointment for a week. So by the time she actually got to the doctor, they took an x-ray. It had been healing in the wrong position for 10 days, and she had to have surgery on her ankle. They had to re-break the bone and put it all back together and get it to start healing in the right place because of the painkillers. Wasn't even aware she had broken her own ankle. And that's where it gets really scary. And, beware of all these people that are advertising on televisions with these products saying, for, Dr. Ho's back belt. That one just really gets me because I don't know what he thinks he's a doctor of, but his own commercial shows the graphic of his little back belt that inflates and extends, and it's showing the muscular system of the human body, and the muscles are wrong. And I'm looking at it going, okay, if this guy's a doctor, why would he even let this error with the human muscles being wrong on his graphic? And then there's all the back and knee brace place that says, it has some guy telling how, oh, I had back pain for 30 years, but then it says in small print for only 1 second, it flashes up there because the law requires them to do that. It's an actor portrayal. So it's not even a real person, but the guy looks pathetic enough that you'd be convinced he had back pain. and they're all like, oh, and we take Medicare because everybody wants to cash in on your insurance. It's really sad, but pain is a major moneymaker in this country. And people come to me all the time saying they've been trying this and that and this and that, and pills and specialists and neurologists for years and years and years. Like that lady the other day, 35 years. I mean, you don't think she's tried everything possible to get rid of these migraines? And it's just as simple as knowing where to correct the problem in the muscle to get the pressure off the nerve, and the problem's taken care of. Her migraines have not come back. And, I mentioned almost every show about the other lady that had a daily headache for 18 years. And I worked on her for 1 hour, and that was like 6 months ago, and her headaches haven't come back. So there is options. There is natural options. And my locations I have appointments available pretty much 7 days a week at one or the other location that you can go to. The one is in Peoria on Thunderbird and 94th Drive. You can call me directly at 541-END-PAIN, or you can call the Sonora Life Solutions directly there at 623-974-3333 and book with them. They can get you on my schedules. That's 623-974-3333, or just call me directly at 541-END-PAIN, ENDPAIN, to get me directly. And if I don't answer the phone, that means I'm in an appointment. But you can leave a message and also go to painmanagementarizona.com or I'llFixYou.com, ILLFIXYOU.com. You can purchase gift cards if you know somebody, because everybody that's listening right now either has a pain issue or knows somebody that has a pain issue. Because there's so much pain going on in the world right now with headaches, back pain, hip pain. So go to I'llFixYou.com. Also has a bunch of great stretching charts. Stretching is very beneficial, very good for the body to get everything warmed up on a daily basis. Do a stretching routine in the mornings. Even if you're not planning on being active, it just makes the entire body work better and not get knotted up. And you can go to the painmanagementarizona.com as well. Both sites, you can click on the button that says book at Peoria location, and it'll open up a calendar for you. You tell it what day you want to come in. It'll show you what times are available, and you can just book your own appointment straight from there. But again, I'm also at Urban Wellness in Phoenix, right here downtown on 7th Street between McDowell. I'm only there on Sundays from about 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. But we can definitely get you looked at, get your problems to go away. I mean, I don't even tell people I might be able to help with their headaches and migraines anymore. I tell them I can make them go away, because I have not yet come across somebody with headaches or migraine that I could not make it go away. So again, I'm going to give you the websites a couple more times here. I'llFixYou.com, painmanagementarizona.com. Good phone number to call me directly with questions or to book an appointment is 541-END-PAIN. Or you can call the office directly and book at 623-974-3333. That's 623-974-3333. Or 541-END-PAIN. Go to I'llFixYou.com. All sorts of ways to get a hold of me, all sorts of way to book. And like I said, you can get gift cards as well. You can prepay a gift card for someone that you care about, want them to be out of pain, and have it sent directly to their email. And if you send an email to painmanagementarizona@gmail with contest in the subject line, you'd be entered to win a free 1-hour massage at the Peoria location. And again, if you're living with chronic pain, you probably don't have to. Get you off the pills. Let's get you feeling good, feeling healthy, getting active again. And again, it's only $50 an hour. I'llFixYou.com, PainManagementArizona.com, or just call 541-PAIN. I will be back next week with more information. And have a good, safe week. Remember to stretch and drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Half your body weight in ounces is the best thing to do. And have a good rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers. Arizona's only independent voice. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
The potential for 6 inches or more of snow exists from New York City all the way to Boston and Portland, Maine. Arctic air plunges in behind it. You will not believe some of the readings that we're expecting here in like Chicago, for instance, on Monday, only a daytime high of about 15 degrees.
About 14 million people will experience severe weather across the southeast today. Just days after the second summit between President Trump and North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un ended abruptly, the U.S. and South Korea have announced they are eliminating their massive springtime joint military drills. Smaller exercises will take their place beginning tomorrow. Events are taking place this weekend in Selma, Alabama, to mark the 54th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. That's the day police attacked civil rights marchers as they tried to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge from Selma to the state capital, Montgomery. I'm Christopher Cruz.
From the KFNX Weather Bug Weather